Well, guys, this morning, groundbreaking actress and comedian Phyllis Diller died today at her home. She was 95 years old, and we just wanted to take a few minutes to celebrate her. So we have some of our buddies here in the Google Hangout. I'm so excited to welcome my friend, actress and comedian Natasha Leggero. I'm joined by also Annabelle Gurwitch, another very funny and wonderful friend of mine. She's an author, a comedian. I'm going to call out a VIP here, guys. No offense to the other two ladies, but we're also joined by George Schlatter, who was executive producer of Rona Martin's Laugh-In and founder of the American Comedy Awards. How many women of Phyllis Diller's generation can we even name who existed, whereas now I feel like there's such a bevy of amazing, funny, awesome, strong women. It's amazing that there were so few then and kind of what we've been able to build from there.
But it's amazing that even now people are still trying to say that there's not funny women at all. So yeah. It really is a battle that you have to just keep, I guess, waging with these idiots.
Yeah.
I mean, I think someone just said something like 2 weeks ago, you know, and I think the real, I've been thinking about this a lot because every time I do press for an interview, everyone's always like, well, are women funny? Why don't people think women are funny? Yeah. And it's like, really, no, most people aren't good at their jobs. You know, I'd say in every career, especially in art form, there's like maybe 2%, if you're lucky, are even good at what they do. So of course, there's going to be unfunny women. There's going to be unfunny men. I mean, there's bad painters that are women. There's bad painters that are men. It's like most people are not amazing.
No, all men have big dicks. We know that.
No. And we're on HuffPost Live, so Annabelle gets to say stuff like that. George, I want to ask you, did you feel like there were people out there saying, listen, women do not know how to do comedy?
We were lucky on Laugh-In. We had some very, very funny ladies. Phyllis was a trip. I mean, women today, people today don't realize the contribution that woman made. She was kind. She never did a mean joke about anybody but herself.
Here, I'm going to give you one of her great one-liners. If you haven't read it somewhere on the internet today, never go to bed mad, stay up and fight. That's
right.
Just such good
That's
writing.
Like Oscar
Here's another
Wilde.
one, too. Yeah, so great. Always be nice to your children because they are the ones who will choose your rest home.
You know what basically you're describing right now is Twitter. It's like she invented the one-liner that lives perennially on Twitter. Tom Servo on our live comments just quoted her, "I admit I have a tremendous sex drive. My boyfriend lives 40 miles away." She worked it.
We did a special once on CBS. It was called The Shape of Things, and it was the first women-driven special. They wrote it, directed it. Lee Grant did the directing of it, and it was a revolutionary show. And Phyllis was on here. Can I read you one of the things she said?
Please, absolutely.
She said, women in television are not allowed to mention, let alone acknowledge possession of, any specific organs between the neck and the kneecap. But we do know that whatever is there either itches, aches, or throbs must be shaved, shampooed, or shrunk. And if it works at all, probably not with the required regularity.
That is awesome.
This is why I have her book, which I'm just so happy to have with me, because when I started writing comedy books, I read her book and everything was so constructive. Just everything was so well written. She was so smart. And I think that, you know, people think of her with the funny laugh and the big fright wig, but we have to give her due as a great writer, a great joke writer.
So thoughtful.
You know?
I totally agree.